he says, John, use the pictures, just put my name at the end. But once again, the cities are getting overrun, right? But they don't take it seriously. Understand that rodents are adaptable. Norway rats will live high above the ground if they need to. But John, the textbook says that a Norway rat is a ground dweller. It burrows down into the soil about 4 feet and it creates a central den. If that rat is eating Reese's Pieces in a food warehouse and you move those Reese's Pieces 40 feet up on a pallet rack, the rat will climb the 40 feet to get to the Reese's Pieces. I don't care what the textbook says. This is a skyscraper. It took 5 years to build this skyscraper. Huge skyscraper. For 5 years, it had once a month pest control. It had 4 companies that went to the lowest bidder. And they worked the site for 5 years. An applicator would show up, put a place pack down. Not a toss pack, a place pack. But for 5 years, that site was neglected. And as the construction materials were brought up to all the different floors, whether it was a pallet of pipe, a pallet of electrical equipment, what if you got a pregnant rat on a pallet? That pregnant rat has pups. Those pups get out onto the floors. This skyscraper was unfinished. The first 25 floors were finished. The new tenant was moving in. A friend of mine who just got the contract said, I need you because that building has got rats in it. The new tenant is moving in on Monday, and you need to help me. That's not a problem. I show up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I meet the building manager. Building manager says, you're the rodent guy? I said, yeah. You get up to the 23rd floor now because we already had a problem with the new tenant. Young man walks into his new office, beautiful office. His office has a sliding glass door. Opens the sliding glass door, puts down his coffee, fires up his computer. Here's a rumbling above his head. Ceiling tiles fall on top of him. 4 rats fall on top of him. The young man jumps up, closes the sliding glass door, runs down the hall like the building's on fire. The rats tear up the carpeting, get up on the table, jump back up into the roof, into the ceiling. So fine, we go up, I see that. Okay, guys, pest control tonight will come in, we'll start doing some work in the ceiling, at least we'll put some snap traps. I'm gonna go start my inspection at the basement. I'll be here all day. Well, you guys can't go up into the ceiling tonight. Why is that? Well, this is a union building. We have 1 ceiling tile engineer, and you're gonna have to make an appointment with the ceiling tile engineer before you can move a ceiling tile to put a snap trap up there. Okay, pest control guys, you work and find that engineer. I've got a building to look through. I found activity in the basement, sub-basement, lobby floors, and also all the way up to the tippy top of that building of floors that were unfinished. The way this building was designed, there were steel I-beams that ran up the sides of the building. The rats were able to chew through the fire stop, and then they had a complete runway through the whole building. Not that there were hundreds of rats on each floor, but the unfinished floors had rat activity. They would eat the ketchup packs, the mustard packs from the contractors and drag it back into the void. I spent a whole day into the night at that building. An industry professional called me the next day and said, I hear what you're doing. Don't worry about it. Those are Norway rats, right? I said, yeah. He says, they're going to leave the building because they want soil. If you were a rat on the 70th floor of a building, you're not going to take the freight elevator back down. You're going to wait for somebody to move in and put a plant, and then you'll find your soil. They will adapt. That night I had dinner with Dr. Corrigan, and he said, I heard where you were. That's mice, right? I said, no, Bobby, there's rats. And there's rats from the bottom to the top. And they're doing exactly what a rat does. It adapts. And when we try to talk to somebody about a mouse job or rat job, they need to understand that this critter, it will adapt. Remember, they're only living for 12 months, 14 months. We're all busy every day doing rodent work, am I right? They're not dying off. They're reproducing. And they'll beat us every day in that reproduction cycle.